VanderMolen, and I have been in the Cincinnati Chamber Orchestra as a violist for 32 years, and I'm the only local Cincinnatian in the Cincinnati Chamber Orchestra. I've had the opportunity to play under 5 different conductors, including when the original Paul Nadler came back and played for our 25th, I believe it was, anniversary celebration. And this is my son, Ryan Donohue.
Hi, I'm Ryan Donohue. I went to CCM. I've been in Cincinnati almost my whole life. I'm currently the cello fellow with the Montgomery Symphony Orchestra now.
I studied at this is CCM for my undergraduate and graduate degrees. But prior to that, I was lucky enough to be in a community that had a great music program. I went to Anderson, and from 4th grade through my senior year, they had a wonderful music program that I was a part of. Dale Swisher actually was the teacher there for all of that time and has been a huge influence in the youth orchestra community right here in Cincinnati. I met Gerhard Samuel when I was at CCM, and he was the conductor of the Cincinnati Chamber Orchestra at the time. And he gave me the opportunity to audition for the orchestra. It was a very different time. There were a lot of students in the orchestra as well as professionals, some from the symphony. In fact, my viola teacher was principal violist when I joined the orchestra, which was just a lot of fun to sit with Ray and be part of that section.
I started playing violin when I was 3 years old. My mom here was my teacher, and I quickly grew tired of being taught by my mom. So I worked hard to find out what she wasn't able to play, and I found out that she couldn't play cello. So I started cello at 4 years old. I don't feel like having a musician as my mom necessarily pressured me to be a musician myself. I think she would have been supportive no matter what I chose to do, but music seemed like the right choice for me. So.
My family was musical, but not in the sense that the way I am musical. My grandmother was a nightclub pianist, and every Thursday she'd be at our house smoking her Pall Malls and playing all sorts of stuff on piano. Everything from classical, from Chopin to ragtime to, whatever was popular in the bars in the 30s and 40s. And my mom could also play piano by ear. My siblings were pretty musical. My brother was a clarinetist. Both my sisters play piano. And my older sister is a very fine singer. My little sister took up violin. She was in one of the first Suzuki programs in Cincinnati. And by the time she was in high school, joined me in high school, she switched to viola from violin just to challenge me for my chairs. So that's how we went through high school. And now she's a nurse, so she changed careers totally. But it made high school very competitive for me. Well, my first inspiration was my cousin Barry Sargent, who now has a chamber orchestra in Mallorca where I'm hoping to play next summer. He's invited Terry and I to come over and play in the orchestra for a week. And he was a violinist who studied with Sigmund Efren, who was the concertmaster of the CSO at the time. And I really wanted to play violin like Barry did, and my mom brought home an instrument from the bass viol shop, and it turned out to be a viola instead of a violin. And my teacher at the time talked me into playing viola, telling me I would make much more money playing viola than I would as a violinist.
I'd really like to have an orchestral career. Hopefully sooner rather than later, I'd like to win a chair in a solid orchestra.